Professional Starcraft 2 from IEM Katowice 2021. The largest tournament of the entire year, starting off strong with the best of the best to determine who will be the best of the rest. Both these players highly competitive. You should be ashamed if you don't recognize them. Though not too much not to like and subscribe, of course. We've got to get that in early. How else are you going to learn? First, let me introduce playing professional StarCraft 2 since the age of 13 in GSL for over half of his life. Is that how math works? No, that's not how math works, but close to it. It's the man, the myth, the Maru. Solar already. Oh, I ruined it. They were gonna. Nobody was gonna know who's on the other side. Okay, you can't just say, Jimmy, you're supposed to hide the names. Oh, nobody reads them? And nobody reads that it's just best of 3 in between it? What do you mean nobody ever reads that? Or they don't read what map it is on the mini-map? What do you mean they can't see the what is the, anyways, at the bottom right? One of the best Zergs that nobody ever talks about, it's Solar. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's always just, there's always like 3 or 4 other Zergs that are slightly, if only slightly better. Like if you're out of 10 Zerglings, they're not even a full Zergling better. But Solar, if Cyril, Raynor, Dark, and Rogue didn't exist, would be a solid contender for the best Zerg. He's capable of beating everyone. He has beaten everyone. Just usually not back-to-back enough to be considered in that very top. So, I mean, you know a good way to get considered for that slot is beating Maru. That is a slot reserved for random people in any tournament where Cyril's on the other side of the bracket, at least for many years. And TY. Those are the only people allowed to do it. Maru comes in doing the thing I hate the most. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves with the Reaper is when you come in with the Reaper, you don't kill anything, you lose all your HP, you can't even pretend like you're gonna deny a creep tumor. Like, you just show up. Like, what did you do? You hurt the self-esteem of all of the Zerglings. But what practical purpose? Unless you're Clem, in which case you get all of the kills and still get the creep tumor. But Oh, Maru comes in like, I heard you, Winter. I heard you talking shit. It's like, wow, you speak good English. I didn't know. It's nice to meet you. Meanwhile, being a greedy goose on the other side. Maru just... We've gone full circle. Terran's in... Like, it phases in and out. Like, Terran players will try 3cc builds, and then Zergs will kind of bop them down with Roach and Queen and all sorts of all-ins. And then, eventually, those will kind of dry up, and Terrans will start doing 3cc again. And every 6 months or so, it kind of shifts back and forth. And we're right now at the peak of 3cc. I don't know if it'll stick. I don't think so. I think Zergs will get back to doing their designated pressures. Because it's getting a little ridiculous how greedy Terrans are. Like, Maru over here had a Reaper and 2 Hellions, and then he built a third... He didn't even have the 2 Hellions. He just built a third command center. He has no units. Like, sure, maybe if Roaches are built, he'll get a Banshee or something. But, like, at some point, Zergs have to be like, you can't keep getting away with it. Now, some Zergs will just, and most, now, Solar included, in this game, is just like, oh, well, I can build as many drones as I want. Like, you got 3 bases. That's an uncomfortably large amount of Hellions. Like, those Hellions show up, you're like, oh, I really only expected 6. I don't really have seats. I don't really have lings for 8. Okay, well, come on in. I don't know. So, there's now 8 Hellions, which is at least 2 more Hellions than Solar probably wants to deal with right now. But, well, there you go. Rainer. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Just a Freudian slip. Every Zerg looks like Rainer to me now. Yeah, the Hellions coming in. The Queens are drawn back. Maru with the most bare bones aggression. Liberator! Oh no! Oh yeah, this is the Liberator, weirdly. Uncomfortably. 9 kills. I think and meanwhile the Hellions, well, they do kind of get shut down here. Last Hellion will go tell your friends what happened here. Liberator shows up again. It is sieging from within the high ground of Solar's base, which, Brett, there's no creep! Why is this? Artosis has been, this has been like, not Artosis, but definitely, it's one of those tasteless talking points. So, like, it's still true. He's been saying it for 10 years. But you gotta have creep from the main to the natural. Alright? Like, 10 years. It's just a staple. And Solar kind of technically filled in the creep from the main to the natural, but Maru found the one spot where there wasn't. And really hammered it. Getting 11 drones, which Solar's still on a pretty comfortable 66. The problem is Maru wasn't just sitting there microing his Liberator, which is a bit of an oxymoron. Microing Liberators usually results in them dying. Putting them in the right spot is about as much micro as you can do, but behind it, the production is online. The upgrades are on the way. He's going to have an upgrade lead. Solar, while he has the economy, barely. He doesn't really have the units to either counterattack or even deal head-on with these medevacs. So the 2 medevacs with the Marines coming in. And even if the Marine micro isn't perfect, it's going to be hard to get non-speed banelings to connect. Right now, the best Solar can do is roll with the punches. Wow, Maru. What time is it, Maru? Drop a clock. Okay, Maru. Okay, very clever. Maru bringing out the tanks. Gonna hardball off with the depots. Those will be the last men to walk from here under their own power. And the power of drugs. No stim packs yet. But there we go. Pops them out. I don't think Solar's going to expect the extra tanks. In fact, I don't know why the tanks, of all the medevacs to lose, the one with 2 tanks seems like the most important one not to. Meanwhile, Brenda caught out. Maru with, he's just here. Maru's here. He's putting up, he's got a sign. He's got lanyards. Okay, that's how you know it's official. This tank push has lanyards. Solar does not have a lanyard, but he does have speed banes, which is almost as good. There you go. The speed bane's clearing up some. Solar stabilized the economy. This feels like Maru trying to fit a square peg in a non-existent hole, which is not nearly the type of video you're watching right now. So, here we are. Maru continuing to hammer on this side, but Solar holding strong right now. While Maru does have the supply. Oh. That's a lot of Marines. It's Marines, tanks, and medevacs. A pure Terran build. No Marauders, no Widow Mines, or Wings of Liberty now. Lings and Banes with a Hydra Den on the way. More Banelings gunned down. Solar caught a little before they hatch. Great split out of Maru. Upgrades are even right now. 2-2's on the way. Meanwhile, counterattack. A lot of Banelings, but many of them used on the deal. Oh, the slick pickup. Let's go to the Maru action cam. Maru's got a lot to keep track of right now. Dropping out tanks on the high ground. Back at home, 22 SCVs. Maru looking the other way, trying to maneuver his tanks into possession. And Solar going to be saying thank you very much, because the Zerglings are forcing the 3rd to lift after murdering all the SCVs. Maru, desperate to get damage done with this drop after the devastating damage dealt by the speed banes on the other side of the map. The Queens show up. They shut down the drop. Maru forced back to his 3rd. His metaphorical tail tucked between his legs sends out. Essentially, it's kind of a reflex. It's a nervous tick for Maru. And for many Terrans, he's like, oh, God, I guess 2 medevacs, and there we go again. And that, I mean, it's worked before to work again, but Solar has turned it all around 2-2 across the board. Target fire somehow during all of this. Well, the tank push and the marine splits were good enough to take out Solar's 4th, and that's important. He's forced to take the other side. He doesn't really have... It's a very larva-intensive unit composition. Right now, Solar is desperately trying to spend all his larvae. He has too much money, which is a good problem to have, but it is still a problem. He needs to get enough units on the field to maintain the momentum. He's adding on more hatches. Another drop, trying to target, not going to find it. 2 medevacs, not going to cut it against this many speedbanes. But without mutas on the field, he can't chase down Maru's medevacs. And Maru's medevacs are some of the best medevacs in the goddamn business. Solar has a hive done. I don't know if Maru saw it, Maru expected it, but Viper's on the way. Lurker upgrade, seismic spines, adrenal glands. Maru, more medevacs sent out. He's desperate to get damage done. But Solar holds strong. He's bent on multiple angles, but when he bounces back, it was a whole lot of damage to Maru. It really undercut most of his momentum. Now he still has the medevacs. He still has a good supply. His upgrade's on point. 3-3 halfway done. So it's not like Maru's in a terrible spot. He just was lining up for a great mid-game momentum. And Solar did definitely undercut that. He swept the leg. Maru stays on his feet. He does like a backflip, corkscrew roll into, and then pulls out a gun. But suddenly, he can't see. Blinding clouds. The tanks. Maru microing back with just Marines and medevacs. The best Terran units, but not enough of them to stop the Zerg. The medevacs making their way in. More medevacs. 2 medevacs. The bread and the buttered biscuits. More medevacs trying to come in. The drops of doom, but for whom? Maru could easily throw away 30-40 supply in half a second with these medevacs if he's not careful. Okay, that Marine's not real. Jacked up and good to go. Okay, they're a little dated. They got outdated. It's an old code, but it checks out. But somehow this drop gets in, does damage, targets the hatch, down it goes. Maru, relentless. No matter how tenuous his position, he refuses to let go of map control. No matter how few units he's got out here. Those medevacs! 1 parasitic bomb. 3-3 about to finish. Maru struggling, but quick on his feet, and even quicker with boosted medevacs. Parasitic bomb will kind of kill the oh, what? So, come on. Come on. Get out of here. Not really, though. Stay around and die, please. Oh, my God. That's a lot of lurkers, but tanks exist. For better or worse, Maru's all over his medevacs. Vipers with some energy. That's awkward amount of army. Lurkers slipping in. A Marauder shows up to the party. Vipers and Vikings. Maru with a great counterattack, but Solar with a frontal thrust of devastating proportions. Why do I talk like this? The Planetary's holding. The Lurker's not threatening any bases directly yet. They move to deal with that. On top of the 4, and picks up and saves the SCVs. Why do we never see that happen? It takes a Maru. Meanwhile, the drop killed another base. I think Solar just killed his creep tumor. You can't have too many tumors, alright? You gotta be careful. So, Maru loses his planetary, a lot of SCVs, but not the game. He's still holding with a large amount of army supply. He's got 3-3, like, Solar doesn't have 3-3. He's got 2-2. And then he just kind of went for hive tech units, which are great. But here comes Maru. 1, 2, 3, 4. Firing squad. Get some clean shots. The snipes, it takes 2 snipes to kill lurkers at full HP. But he's building up. He's smoothly adding in the strongest late game. Tanks, Liberators, Ghosts. That's the entire... Where is it? Where is my clickbait for this match? Where are the nukes? Well, nowadays, there wasn't the nuclear winter era, if you would. Thank you. That's copyright infringement. Back when 100 nuclear missiles. Terran players were throwing out nukes like they were a particularly fun candy. It was ridiculous, by the way. Like that, if you remember Scarlet versus this man on the other side, versus Maru. A match that went like an hour and a half and came down to Maru forgetting to float his buildings. Yes. Because he ran out of money because he used like 140 nukes. Which is like 4 armies of nukes almost. Just of the nuke. And he didn't win the game. So, that was quite a match. Let's hope. Or maybe, I was about to say let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe a little hope. Little hope. A snipe? I'm not even sure. He sniped an overlord. Okay. I mean, when you have this many. Enhanced shockwaves. I guess for the Vipers. Things are slowing down, though. Which means more drastic measures must be taken. Maru has locked himself down on 4 bases. He's building the turret. He's got the tank. The beautiful tank spread. Sending out another medevac. He's starting to run out of ways to do that. He's only got... Well, he's 9 medevac. Okay, Maru. The snipes again! Oh my god! He just guns down. Another round of lurkers. And he shouldn't be allowed to get out. Don't let this man out. Get him, Solar. Come on. Parasitic bomb on the medevacs. Great split out. Oh, wow. Great split out of Maru. And then immediately... oh my god. Well, it was great right up until it wasn't. 2 spires on the way. Solar inspired to finally have anti-air. But not before another hatchery dies. How many is that? Playing whack-a-mole. 5 hatcheries down. Solar's bleeding out hatcheries around the map. The SCVs worshipping the tank for all its great deeds, as well it deserves. And there it is. A nuclear missile. I mean, it is kind of there's no way to break an entrenched position besides at least the threat of a nuclear missile. Like, just having... It's kind of like Nidus, which honestly I'm not sure why Zergs don't do the Nidus in the late game more often. Like, not 5 Niduses. Just throw it out there. Just like, it exists. You must respect it. Look around. Panic! The nuke, I will admit, is a little harder to see. Parasitic bombs. Both medevacs. Not taking any... It doesn't stack. But, I mean, you make sure to get them. Come on, Maru. God damn it, Maru. He gets in the only spot where he can put units. Just build a Corruptor, Solar. He's maxed out. He can't build any Corruptor. Are you kidding me? No! Stop! Maru just really wants to lose this medevac. We'll finally get his wish. Just freeing up supply. Send the LCVs out. Send the boys. 3-3 finish for Solar. Nuclear missile done for Maru. Building armor. Neosteel armor. All the upgrades. The Terrans finally figured out how to combine all their building upgrades. Took a long time. They're slow to, like, building codes and regulations. There's a lot of red tape. You know how it is. Planetaries. It looks like Solar has kind of accepted that this game... He's accepted the late game. We got Neural Parasite. We got the rest of the upgrades, essentially. I think we got Pathogen Glands, yes. 3-3. +2 ranged attack. We got Neural Parasite. +1/+1 in the air. There's not even any air, besides Vipers. Maru's still microing bio across the map. He's still got a mineral wall to work with. I think Solar is going to try to make a stand. Well, not so much stand, but burrow underneath one of these 2 last bases on this side. Where, if he can deny Maru at 1 base, how's the unit's loss looking? Solar has lost 5,000 more resources. Now, not to get all mathematical, but each base has about 20k, a little under 20k minerals, I believe it is, and 4,500 gas. I know that. Oh, there goes a ghost, which kind of I was about to say, like, it just notified him there's ghosts. Solar knew there were ghosts, but now, like, a singular ghost tells a story. Okay? Unless the game gets canceled. But this game's still going. Not canceled yet, so here we are. Another hatchery. Another mole whacked. Down it goes. You shouldn't have talked shit about Anthony. Hatchery. That's what happens. Alright. Alfonso heard what you were saying. Wait a second, we're back to the Italians. It's Rainer again. We're trying to make a Sopranos joke, but I've literally never watched The Sopranos, and don't at me, boomers, because then you'd actually make a YouTube comment like it's a 14-year-old Minecraft video. I don't mean 14 years old, I mean 4 14-year-olds, but I digress. We're slowing down. Is there Liberator range? What? Maru asking himself the same question. Fusion core on the way. Some of us might like to pretend it's battle cruisers, not battle cruisers. It's not battle cruisers. Solar with a very forward hatch. I have a feeling this one's not going to make it. Planetary Fortress. The siege tanks will... Okay. It just moves back. Solar has really... Well, look at the banks. Look at that money in the bank here for Solar. He's got 6K. 6K. All he needs to do... Okay, one moment. Maru, forward. All he needs to do is deny one base out of Maru, and then trade mildly efficient. Like, he doesn't have to be more cost-effective, he just has to deny one base. We're quickly getting to the point of whether Maru knows whether to float his buildings or not. This is one of the most... Like, it's relatively even, because the problem is, Maru will press the... Oh. Well, there you go. Oh, we missed the... I even had a camera location. Tell me I'm not a professional. The nuclear missile will kill 2 creep tumors and 3 changelings. Devastating emotional damage and incredibly mild actual damage dealt by that nuke. But now the threat is there. That was a test, and only a test, of the nuclear launch system. I mean, you gotta start somewhere. Ship weapons. The army... I'm surprised we haven't seen more workers thrown out yet. I mean, used effectively in a short-term manner. Especially for Maru. 70... I mean, I think he thinks he's going to be losing some SCVs soon. Like, the SCVs will be lost. He's right. Yes. Yeah, this was very bad. I don't know what Solar was doing. He just kept going into the planetary with siege tank. He just, like, did he think he had a binding cloud or something? He just lost a bunch of lurkers. Like, that's not how you play a very cost-effective game. Yeah, it's not getting better. The ghosts just finish it. Okay, well, on the other side, here comes Solar again. Alright. Well, a little late on that. 130 Zerglings! 130 Zerglings! Is it a good idea? I don't think so. Zerglings aren't going to do much against this. But, oh my god! Oh my god. Yeah, that many Zerglings is not necessarily like... You're up against... Ghosts are actually amazing against Zerglings. Just being a unit that attacks. I mean, that is a lot of Zerglings. Oh, get over it. I'm not... that didn't do much. The Ghost's now uncomfortable. There are planetaries. How many of those Zerglings can Solar lose without killing a single base? That's the question. He's now lost 500. So he's down to 50 Zerglings, which means he lost a minimum of 80 in that fight. Maru's broke, though. Like, he's building 6 medevacs a time. a time. He finally got his medevacs for all policy that he needed for these ghosts, for these Marines. He convinced them it's not for the SCVs. Don't be ridiculous. The blue mineral workers, they get nothing. It's for our special operatives with the nuclear missiles. We gotta get in there and we gotta kill the Zerg. The Zerg's been killing our workers all day. We got 6 medevacs. We got 9 broodlords. We got 4 ghosts in production. Solar is just kind of rolling a D10 and figuring out which Zerg unit he's gonna build this time around. He's got a feudal society of broodlords coming in with all of these Zerglings. He's down to 63. It seemed like more. It seems like he'll always have 100 Zerglings. But Raynor is... Why do I keep doing that? No, it's too much of the Terrans, okay? There's a Terran and also a Zerg, so 2 chances to say Raynor. So therefore, Raynor's in every match. One way or another. Down goes 1 base on the corner, but this bingo match trade. 14 SCVs and a hatchery. That's what Maru will get in terms of losses for either side. I'm confusing myself now. Solar loses a hatch. I'm sorry. Hold that. Make it 2. That is 10 hatcheries down this game. Solar is actually running through... It's surprising how fast you exhaust your mineral bank when you make Zerglings and Broodlords constantly. It's crazy how fast you lose your money when you just throw them into siege tanks, planetaries, ghosts, like Vikings, medevacs, 4, obviously, all of those things. Maru is down to 50 SCVs, and he's out of money, but Solar no longer has an... Like, he got through... Make some infestors, Solar. He makes 1. Okay. I guess Maru's gonna get another hatch. Add it. Put it on the table. That one counts. It still counts. Even though it was at 4 HP. Well... Yanks in 1 Liberator. The Broodlord's getting involved. Maru looking for more. A double-digit number of hatches. Fungal. Very uncomfortable Viking. No, stay away from us. God. Oh, Fungal's not going to stop the Vile army from killing another hatchery. A baker's dozen now. We got 13 hatchery kills. Solar just... It kind of looks like he doesn't know how to kill Maru. He's doing like he was winning, almost certainly could be called that. And then he had the bank to overwhelm him, and now it looks like he's decided Broodlords are the way to go. But the Broodlords aren't really doing... Like, that's a Scandinavia Vikings over there. We got 21 Vikings. And the feudal society of Broodlords ain't gonna compete. Maybe get some queens involved. Upgrade. Would help a little. I don't know. But then, of course, you gotta think about the corruptors, and that's what really brings most societies down. A Thor, a Nuke, and 3-3 on the way for Maru. The Broodlings coming out. Tanks doing just as much friendly as unfriendly fire. Oh, God. Maru! Okay, well, at least Solar cancels it, which means Maru not going to unlock his Kill 25 Hatcheries achievement and won't get the Genocide achievement unlocked. No more larva. Larva is so cute. A nuke launched. The ghost targeted. EMPs dropping. The nuke gone. All the ghosts die. That was incredibly underwhelming. The bio, like, what is this? A shade of what has happened? Whose base is it anyways? Hydras, Lings. I have a feeling this fight is going to escalate. Eventually, Maru knocks out 2 or 3 solar hatcheries and drives back the Zerg to reclaim. Remember, Maru mined from that base for like 5 minutes. Solar's trying to claim it for the first time, but Maru has had a claim on it for a while. And now we're going to have to take it to Microcourt and see who comes out on top. Solar back to having a huge bank as he kind of went back to the queen. He went to the efficiency. I don't know what happened. He decided to pull the trigger on 130 Zerglings. That may cost him in the long run, because he really just... God damn it, Maru. Stop. Just stop. He doesn't have any minerals left. It's like, that's the point. Yeah, but you lost over 300 minerals in doing that. I can't believe. Here come the spores. You know what liberators don't hit? Buildings. Believe it or not, this is not co-op. The queens and the Venn diagram of freedom. Though it would help both these players a lot. Get some Archon mode going. Oh. He just killed a Zergling. Can't believe that's intense. Oh, and here comes Solar. His base now. But Maru securely holding on to his top left base. Nuclear missile launch. 3-3 finishing up. Solar moving forward. Solar backing off. Sees the red dot. And it carefully lands. Killing 4 or 5 creep tumors. Meanwhile, Solar claiming the great coveted bottom left-hand base. 5 turrets on the way. Meanwhile, oh, parasitic bombs, dangerous. The Vikings, oh my god, those are 3-3 Vikings. The only thing that can really deal with them is parasitic bomb. Alright, so the banks usually tell the story. Though, the problem here now becomes Maru is still able to mine from all of the bases on his side, and Solar has lost 8,000 more resources. So while Solar may currently have a bank, if it continues, if Solar can't deny the bottom left, he's running out of mineral patches to deny. So if he does not deny any of these bases, Maru, in the grand scheme of things, in a relatively zero-sum game, Maru is better off. Because he doesn't have the bank now, but he will eventually. There is a finite amount of minerals. We rarely figure out exactly how much that is. But we're well on our way. At this point, it doesn't matter how fast you mine them. It matters who does and how they use them. Another tank down. Every unit starting to become precious. We're not quite in the poverty phase. We're not quite in the part of the game where Zerglings themselves become something worth microing and keeping alive individually. But we're close. A nuke just kind of whipped out there. Solar on the other side, killing his own Hydras, a valuable use of his time. The nuke doesn't even kill a creep tumor. Not again, Maru. Maru has killed 14 hatcheries, and more are on the Liberators. 3, oh, he's up in the ante. He's decided, as the game draws closer and closer to the finish line, one way or another, whether or not they both slow down near the end. Well, this is how you know things are... Build a command center, Solar. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. But just neural parasite an SCV 10 times and go Terran, and then you can EMP the ghosts. A nuke over the hatchery. The last base we'll fight on. The ghost. The ghost. Okay, alright. The ghost, the only thing not targeted. He backs off. Alright. The nuke, the most dramatic way he's killed a hatchery yet. Marauders. Like, the thing is, the bioarmy is still cost-effective against small groups of Zug. Yep, that's what it's called. I've been playing this game for 11 years. How do I, like, come on. Oh no, watch out for the Zug. Meanwhile, the Spore Forest marches. The Ents have been finally called into battle. EMP lands. Vikings. Vipers. Corruptors, Thor pounding through. Another hatchery. Another one bites the dust. Number 16. I missed one somewhere. There's no hatchery over here. Solar's like, there's not enough minerals to warrant not. At this point, why build more hatcheries? Really, though. This place, maybe. Solar has 4,000 minerals, but like, why? He's just gonna kill him. It's somehow 12, like a hatchery's gonna get halfway done, and then 12 marauders are gonna pop out of the ground. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. Just out of nowhere and kill it. We're assuming that's what's happening here. Those burrowed marauders always get you. The ghosts are just taking a real forward route. 4! The quadra nukes! Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 nukes! I can count to 4! That's also exciting! Broodlords, Vikings, Thors, tanks. I know the names of all the units. Thank you. I think. Like, this is where we are. This is what this game. 36 minutes! And here we are. Nuclear missile. Another one! Another one! Yeah. Well, now we might get 2 nukes for 0 creep tumors. Is a new record. Alright, there they go. Like, we're now being even less efficient with even less money. I'm trying to find the ghost academies so I can get a sick camera location. There's the nuke. Ghost goes down. No, the marauders are coming out of the ground again. There's no banelings. But with that many, you can kill that. Solar's trying to long distance mine the gas. The 2 Vikings, fungal growth, EMP, decent fungals here. Maru's bank is drawing closer, but it's still significantly smaller than that of Solar. Parasitic bomb, EMP on everything! On everything! Energy's gone! Corruptors, we're fighting! It's happening! There's a fight happening! I think the Broodlords are winning it. Solar makes a decisive move, and it's the right one. He may be able to deny the base, the Zerglings, the Bio Army. Thought I could just go out and even the Queen's getting involved. A couple transfuses. Yeah, we've been around this whole goddamn time. You damn Vikings. Okay, then they died of ticks, but whatever. The SCVs have been long distance mining all the way to a burning orbital now. That's the world, and that's the game we're currently in. Oh my god, the Liberator leading the Corruptors on a chase. The SCV is repairing. The Vikings trying to snipe, but Solar finally finds an angle. He's been towing around. He's been trying to look for a back window. Oh my god, the Marauders unburrowed. Ah, not again. Out of nowhere. 17. Solar now. Wait, how much is Solar mining? Oh, that's not very much. So now we're in a really awkward. Solar is mined out of bases he has hatcheries at. So, he has an insanely good army. He has the death ball. But he cannot lose it anymore. He's lost now. Less gas than Maru. That is interesting, and that explains the banks. Oh, going for the rocks. The next on the agenda. No. Sorry, Dwayne. A nuke. A bit of a Hail Mary here. Another nuke. A second Hail Mary. So, I mean, there's that. Oh, no, the ghost. Oh, come on. He moved off it. A disaster. Like, that's scripted. No, the nukes don't land. The nukes are there to make you think they're going to land, and then they don't. Like, now he's thrown out all the fungals. Maru's like, oh, I can just win now. The answer is yes? Wait. What? And then Solar just dies. I don't, oh. It's not supposed to go like, no, nukes don't land. Do you know what year it is? It's 2021. It's detente. Alright? It's a deterrent. No one actually uses nukes to hit things. How close was this? Those overseers. He has how many overseers? 4 overseers. Throwing. Alright. Those 4 overseers just absolutely. Wait. What is the army value? The units lost. 68,401. Oh, he saw it. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh no. At the last second he realized. But it was too late. He's targeting the ghost. The ghost, I think, dies. $12,000. That's a whole army and a half. That's a mid-game army and a half. And the ghost dies. How fitting. This is Carbot? That is literally Carbot. This was literally that animation. It was the I'm not going to spoil it. I already did, but it doesn't matter. Go watch it. And that's not the end of the series, but that's the end of my and Solar's hearts. And you know, we'll break however many walls here. I mean, I know how the series... Well, at least it's impossible if you follow StarCraft at all not to have heard. But I managed, and I still haven't seen this. This is my first time. Here is my reaction to Solar's reaction. I deliberately avoided this because I knew we'd be here. But I didn't know how we'd be here. So, anyways. Let's...
Those can kill the Vikings too, so now there's the defensive nuke, the panic nuke, but I mean it takes a pretty huge mistake from a Zerg player to fall for this and get hit by that.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. He's trying to get that shot into his leg! He gets all the pro-boards! What? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. That's the correct reaction.
I can't.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta break it down. Maru. I need to see Maru. Maru isn't even reacting.
Oh my god.
Maru! Oh my... Oh. That was honestly... Oh. Oh, No. There was a smirk. We gotta enhance. It must be enhanced. I'm sorry. There's a game 2 and 3, potentially. But I need to... Jimmy, enhance the Maru. This is the real story. Obviously, Solar, heartbroken. But
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. He's trying to get that shot into his leg! He gets all the pro-boards! What? Oh my... Oh my god.
I see you, Maru. I see you, Maru. Maru, like, That was the only... Solar was winning. It was kind of close, but that army is nearly unbeatable. Especially with no money in the bank. But oh no. Oh golly gee. The thing is, Solar saw both. He saw the ghost at the start, he saw the ghost at the end. But those overseers just moved up. Oh, come on. 40 minutes! 40 minutes! 40 minutes! Oh. There's also any other games, but like, we're still here. Like and subscribe. And hopefully you made it this far. Oh, come on, Maru. Come on. Oh. Oh. Maru. He's still got that same face. He's still got the... Maru, you son of a bitch. Oh. Like, it's a meme at this point. Like, after that, really? Oh. It's so obvious. It's no, like, Solar is scouting. He's looking. He's not looking far enough. This isn't even really proxied. It's proxied, but, like, it's more hidden. He's gonna see it. Alright, let's go to the solar cam. The solar cam is paid off. Oh, no! Oh! Well, nothing has ever hurt Solar when he was slightly out of vision for a split second before. So, he should be fine. And the thing is, it's worse if you drone scout and don't see it. Like, that's not an insignificant... It's not that much in our normal game, but when it comes down to having, like, 2 more Zerglings, those minerals you lose by a drone scouting could make the difference. Oh, like, we need the reaction on that. He doesn't even see it yet. Oh my god, Maru knows he ain't been scouted. Solar's like, wait a second, what the... Oh, god damn it. Oh, son of a... I can't believe it. You did the most obvious thing. Of course you did, Maru. I hate you so much. Oh, I hate myself, mostly. But I hate you as well. It's so easy to. Oh, the villain. But you can't hate him because, I mean, he's so cute. But also, you gotta hate him because he's a Terranist. Okay? And we gotta stop the Terranists. They got nukes. They got Marines. They're using guns and, even worse, drugs. He got the OV. So, like, that was half of his overlords. That was half of his supply box. Ah! A disaster. Brenda and Karen gotta keep it together. The knitting crew. It's gonna be hard to sew this one back together. Alongside my heart! But... Maru. Not actually just building a 3rd command center. I'm surprised. Wait, where are your SCVs? Go build a CC. What? Who's supposed to build this? Whose job is this? What? Is it really this SCV's job? Oh! Oh my god. Winter! You know! There were 2 barracks. Oh. Ah. I give up. Just let it go. Can we just get like a solar cam for the rest of the match to cast? I just need Solar's face. I think Solar's face could cast the rest of the match. Better than I could. Oh. Disaster. The thing is, Solar defended it pretty well. If he hadn't lost the OV, I think it would have just been an outright solid defense. The OV slowed him down a lot. Once again, one OV matters a lot in this scenario. It doesn't matter later on, unless it's not in range of seeing a ghost and it's an overseer, but when it's half of your overlords and it supply blocks you in the middle of a marine push, yeah, then it matters. But overall, Solar didn't lose a bunch of drones. He didn't lose a hatchery. Not like Maru was super committed. He built only 2 racks and halfway across the map. So it wasn't like he was banking everything on that. In fact, Maru, for him, 2 racks are a macro build. It's kind of disgusting sometimes. Like, any amount of proxies are still somehow... You could proxy 4 racks in his base, and it'll somehow end up a macro build sometimes. Like, that's just how Maru do. So Maru sped the medevac across the map, went straight towards the main, dropped out the Hellions, and is now acting like he just ran the like. Yep. Get in my belly. Oh, yep. Smell the creep tumor. There you go. This is happening. Maru coming in with the uncharacteristic multi-rack. I know he had 2 racks before, but still, like, not having a 3rd CC is kind of... Oh, but here we go. Now we're back to basics. 2 medevacs full of Marines. Somehow, this is less than a minute after a standard 1 racks expand, 2 racks push. Like a 2-1-1. You remember the 2-1-1. Diamond players have been doing it for 3 years like it's still a thing. This is less than 1 minute after a 2-1-1 usually would be hitting. It was after a proxy Rex and Hellions. But he's still... Like, Terrans have just gotten it down to such a science. And now this push is really... There's not even a Baneling nest! Wait, does he just die? Oh no! Oh! Well... I
can't. I can't.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that. Good luck and have fun.